What's up, guys? Chuckles here.
Trippy here.
Alright, guys, today we got a little special treat for you for the 4th of July. We got the Etowah Indian Mounds, the historic site. We're going to be traveling and seeing all these little Indian mounds out here, and we're going to go try and go down the river, by the river, that they have some fish traps set up and stuff like that. So we have a lot of information we're going to be going over today. We've got the map right here and everything. So as we go along, we'll include you guys. So to start off with our intro, I've got a display case behind me here that kind of recreates the original way they had everything laid out here, and the little Native Americans, how they had everything set up. So come join us in the adventure, guys. Bow five, bow five. So here's that display case, guys. Starts off with the river on the one side and a little village. That's how they used to have it set up right here. It's really neat to see how each hut was placed and the direction it faces and all of that. So I guess this must be like the main chief is up here on the biggest one.
Head honcho.
Head honcho, yeah. Trying to get stuff in the back. But yes, so this is the little layout they had, guys.
It's even got the little
Oh, okay.
the legend.
Here's the legend of everything. So let's see, number 3A. So plaza. Number 1 is a plaza, which is down at the bottom. So number 3 is the chief's. Yep, I was correct. So that big mound right there is the chief's house. That's the chief's hut. And this would have been the lounge, the common area, the plaza. The game pole is this right here. This little pole right here is the game pole. Let's see, chief's coordinates, servant's coordinate. Oh, okay, so that's the tiny hut. That's a servant, and that's the king. Chief, servant. That's really cool, guys. Then they have the city council, the Charnel house. What's the Charnel? Do we have any history information on that one? Or the Charnel map?
I don't think so.
Charnel house. If you know what the Charnel house is, guys, comment below and let me know. I'm a little lost on that, but that is number 8. So number 8 is that one back there. Okay, so that's apparently the Charnel house right here. So I guess it's definitely got some significance to it. But all right, guys. So we're gonna head outside next and go check it all out. Or do we want to go in this room right quick where there's more history behind us?
I want to check it out.
Let's go check it out.
Definitely looks cool.
Let's go check it out. Okay, so our native land. The Muskogee people and their ancestors who called this land home for the immemorial, wow. The Ekvin, which is land, was shaped by indigenous hands, creating a cultural landscape that is now a National Historic Landmark. This place is important to our shared history. Etowah is derived from Etowah, meaning tribal town. Several place names in Georgia are from Muskogee words, so Okmulgee, Oconee, Chattahoochee, Coosa, Coweta, and many others. Really cool stuff here, man. Wow. Some more of the mounds, some pictures from above, since we're not allowed to fly drones here because there is an airport right next door. Some of the animals they had hunted, indigenous here. Sunflower, that's always been a very indigenous wildlife plant here. Got the river. Fishing. Are they fishing? Some more of the canes. So they use cane here: limonite, chert, marble, copper. Cane uses was tools, baskets, floor mats, furniture, fish traps, roof and wall thatching, and fences. Oh wow! So here's all the names to the different foods and seeds and stuff. That's really cool. Interesting. Really cool. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a movie that plays in here about it, but we're not going to do all that, guys.
I kind of want to, but
You want to go watch it?
maybe a minute just to get a little.
Do we want to do it after or now? Sweat first or sweat later?
But later.
Horrible man over here telling me to sweat later. Oh, here's an old photo of it. What it would have been. I don't think that's a photo. I think that's a drawing, honestly.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, it's a drawing.
Okay. That's really cool. Here's
Ooh.
the sacred
All that.
Songs of the Fourth World, crafted by Muskogee artist Kenneth Johnson. Photo credit Justin Rogers.
Heck yeah,
So that's the sacred symbol carvings. That's really cool looking.
You like that.
And then it tells you the information history about it and everything. Yeah. And here's the songs of the Fourth World. Y'all can just pause the screen if I move too fast, guys. Going to read something and check it out, you can always pause the screen real quick to read it.
And the bear would love this place.
Right. Lacrosse. The original lacrosse, known as stickball, which is now known as lacrosse. That is so cool that the Native Americans were the ones who actually invented that game.
I never knew that.
They invented it. They played it. Which game would you prefer to play? Actual lacrosse or stickball? Oh wait, they're the same game.
Right.
Now the rules might have changed.
Yeah, no doubt. Chunky.
So after 1539, around 600 years ago, Etowah's influence began to decline. That's really cool history, guys. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with it and read it aloud. You can pause the screen and read it. Really cool.
Earth Lodge.
So the Earth Lodge is also down here and whatnot.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to catch you guys outside.
Pictured here is the mound building part of the Muskogee Creek Nation tribal headquarters. That's cool.
What features of the building stand out to you?
You didn't show the canoe. You can't touch the canoe, but show the canoe.
So here's original. An actual card. Full size canoe. Got a huge hole in it. It's a huge hole.
Huge hole?
It's a huge hole. So huge.
Don't forget the big turkey up there.
I will. I get all this other stuff in there too. So these were made to create all kinds of tools.
Interesting.
And weapons. So weapons and tools are made out of those too. This one is a piece of wattle and daub. Common Native American building material, wattle, is the frame of upright posts, and woven cane and daub is the plaster made from clay and grass. There's obsidian. That is an actual obsidian true stone. And I'm the reflection of everything here is messing it up. Oh man.
That's beautiful.
Let's see if I can do a head on right here. And then zoom it in. That is real obsidian, guys. Beautiful piece of stone. I would actually like to have a piece of obsidian.
Heck yeah.
Obsidian.
They were talking about that in the show we were watching last night. Whatever show you put on when we went to bed.
How the Earth was made.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so now that the movie ended, we're gonna get in here real quick and let you watch.
Only just because I saw it's at the end, I was like, well, might as well watch it. Reinhardt College.
Yep, we live right by it.
Yep. Dude, we need to go do a trip with the Reinhardt and like the Funk Heritage Center and all that crap. Pretty interesting.
Maybe.
I always loved it as a kid when we took those field trips.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they shoot off a musket.
After viewing this program, you can learn more about the rich heritage of the native people of North Georgia by visiting the Bennett History Museum at Reinhardt College in Waleska. With its outstanding interpretive programs and its impressive collections of art and artifacts, the Bennett History Museum at Reinhardt College provides an opportunity to explore a fascinating part of Georgia's history. You also can choose among several state historic sites, including the Etowah Indian Mounds near Cartersville, Wauwachota, capital of the Cherokee Nation, near Calhoun, the Chief Van House in Chatsworth, and Kolomoki Mounds in southwest Georgia. Together, these places help tell the story of the Southeastern Indians.
It is a simple story, really. A long story spanning thousands and thousands of years. But simple because it is a tale of life, of birth and death, of war and celebration, hardship and plenty, desperate struggles to survive, of the rise and fall of ancient civilization. It is a story of people, the ones who lived here before us. Today, we know this place as the Southeastern Woodlands, and we know these people as the Southeastern Indians. There is a story the Cherokees tell, the story of the creation of the world. When a gigantic buzzard flew over the earth while it was new and soft. When he reached Cherokee country, he was tired, and his wings flapped against the ground, pushing the earth down in some places and piling it up in others. This is how the mountains and the valleys were made. But the Cherokees, the Creeks, the Seminoles, the Chickasaws, and the Choctaws are relatively recent in this part of the world. As members of the 5 civilized tribes, they are perhaps the best known of the Southeastern Indians. But they were not the first to walk these woods. No written records exist to tell us of their ancient forefathers. We have no legends handed
That's
down
Twin
through
Sisters
hundreds of
Fault.
generations.
Where's that at?
No stories
North Georgia,
of
the
people
Lonig
who
area.
lived here,
Okay.
Blue Ridge
raised their
region.
families, and died. But we
I've
know
actually
that
been
we're
there.
here
I'd
by
like to
what they
check it
left
out.
behind. It may be no more than a shattered ceramic jar, or a bit of bone, or a rock carefully fashioned into a tool. But for the
There's a pipe.
archaeologists who
I was about to say, I was like, what's that?
these
There's a pipe.
remains are enough to paint a picture of the earliest
It's a
humans
tobacco
in North
pipe.
America. They came at least 12,000 years ago, and perhaps as long ago as 30,000 years. This was a time when the great glaciers of the Ice Age froze the oceans, blocking up vast amounts of water and uncovering new lands. From Siberia, these early humans traveled to Alaska, crossing in a place that was then a wide land bridge and is now underwater. We call them Paleo-Indians, and we know them largely because of the stone tools they used for hunting and butchering large animals. At the end of the Ice Age, about 10,000 years ago, a new way of life began to emerge. This was the archaic culture. As the climate grew warmer, people adapted to changes in their environment, and they developed tools to support their life in the southeastern forest. They made mortars and pestles for crushing the various seeds and nuts that were an important part of their diet. They made axes and drills for working on wood. And they made hooks and nets for fishing. The Archaic period lasted about 7,000 years. Then around 1000 BC, life changed again. This was the woodland era, a time of transition when people learned to cultivate some of the native plants they used for food. They also became skilled at making and decorating pottery vessels. Between 700 and 900 AD, a new culture arose, a civilization the likes of which had never been seen in North America. This was the Mississippian era, when the great temple mounds of the southeast were built. These massive earthworks, some of them measuring hundreds of feet around at the base, built and rebuilt over a period of many years, gradually growing taller and taller. These distinctive flat-topped earthen mounds provided a foundation for temples, for chiefs' houses, for other buildings important to the lives of the people of the Mississippian culture. The mounds faced a large open plaza, an area that was the center of communal life in Mississippian society. The plaza served as the village commons, as a playing field, and as a place for the rituals and ceremonies that were so important to these river people. During this period, agriculture began to play a larger role than ever before. The Mississippian people became increasingly dependent on cultivated crops like corn and beans, and their homes became more permanent as they stayed in one place to tend their crops. Along the Etowah River in North Georgia, archaeologists have uncovered evidence of a flourishing Mississippian community. At one time, several thousand people may have lived here, in a town that surrounded a number of large mounds. The largest was the Temple Mound, 63 feet high and covering 3 acres at its base. The Etowah Indians
in that window.
And the artifacts they left behind give us a glimpse into the lives of the people who lived here.
There's that symbol again.
Mm-hmm.
Along with other Mississippian communities, they developed an extensive trade network. They exchanged many of the raw materials used in their art that celebrated the glory of their chiefs and warriors. But as rich and grand as the Mississippian culture was, it couldn't withstand the pressures that arrived from a distant land. When Hernando de Soto landed on the coast of Florida in 1539, he came with authority from the Spanish crown to conquer, pacify, and populate the land. The Indians, superior fighters that they were no match for the guns, armor, and horses that accompanied De Soto and his men. As they plundered their way through the southeast, they tortured and killed many of the Indians who resisted them. The Spanish were followed by the French and the British, who established missions and trading posts throughout the southeast. They forced the Indians not only to work for them, but to accept and adapt to European customs and beliefs. The old way of life, the Mississippian way, was destroyed. even more devastating to the southeastern Indians were the diseases brought to the New World by the European invaders. Smallpox, measles, malaria, typhus, tuberculosis, chickenpox, influenza, cholera. The Indians had little immunity, little defense against these diseases that killed them by the thousands, wiping out entire societies. Within only a few generations, more than 80% of the population died. 4 out of every 5, young and old, the hope of the future and the wisdom of the past. No culture could survive a catastrophe of this magnitude. For the southeastern Indians, it meant the end of life as they knew it. For the next 3 centuries, the tentacles of European colonization reached deeper and deeper into Indian territory. The Indians became increasingly dependent on manufactured items offered by British and French traders. Things like knives, axes, kettles, blankets, cloth, rum, and most especially, guns. No longer able to rely on the natural world to meet all their needs, the Indians traded their most valuable commodity, deerskins. But along with the hides, they gave away something else, a way of life that had sustained them for generations. It was around this time that the southeastern Indians reorganized themselves to form the Indian societies of the Old South. Societies like the Cherokees, Creeks, Choctaws, Chickasaws, Catawbas, and Seminoles. One of the largest groups, the Cherokees, established the capital of their nation at New Etowah in North Georgia. This was the seat of their centralized government, where they would gather to pass laws, hold court, and publish a Cherokee newspaper. But by the early 1800s, the Cherokees, along with the other Indian societies, found themselves squeezed into increasingly smaller territories. Feeding an insatiable appetite for land, white settlers pushed the Indians out of the places they had occupied for generations. In the early 1800s, federal agents drove thousands of Indians from their homes. And in 1838, the Cherokees were rounded up and herded west of the Mississippi River. By the time they reached the Oklahoma Territory, 1/3 of them had died from cold and from starvation. For the survivors of this trail of tears, as for the survivors of all the other Indian removals to the west, life was changed forever. Yet in spite of it all, in spite of hardship and disease and death and relocation, the southeastern Indians didn't simply fade away. Some of their culture remains today, their influence reflected in a surprising variety of ways. Many towns and rivers take their names from Indian words. Chattahoochee and Ustanawa and Ukichi, Tallapoosa and Tallulah and Conasauga. There are medicines first used by the Indians. Willow bark, for instance, from which our modern-day aspirin is derived, and ginseng, a popular herbal remedy. There is tobacco, the first cash crop grown in the South. There are foods like corn and squash and beans, pumpkins and sunflower seeds. And there are thoroughfares. Our railroads and older highways are in large part located on the same game trails and trade routes used by the Indians. If we look back in time, we can learn about these people we call the Southeastern Indians. And we can learn about ourselves. Because who we are today and who we will become tomorrow depend in large part on our legacy from the past. For thousands and thousands of years, story has been unfolding. Story rich in tradition, filled with puzzles and contradictions, built on the struggle and survival of generations. This is the story of the Southeastern Indians.
What up, guys? We're back. We're outside the museum. Now we're going to actually go check out some of these mounds that are out here. So this is the wattle and daub house. So this is like the material that they were making. You see what I'm saying? So here's the wattle and daub. So the wattle is these, and the daub is that. So that's wattle. Wattle is the structure. Daub is the insulation. So to make it in general plain terms, this is the daub that we see out here, and the wattle is the stuff that's in the middle of it. Oh my God, I can't see crap in here. But that is the wattle, or the stickies. That's really cool. It is actually not warm in here as I thought, and then they have the little hole up there, so when they make the little fire in the middle,
go somewhere.
the smoke can go somewhere, and it's still ventilated. It's a really cool little hut, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty cool. And then they use these leaves as the roof. So, really ingenious how they built the huts back in the day.
They were ahead of their time, brother.
They really are. So is this the lookout? I want to say this is the lookout. Is this the lookout? I swear it said it was
I think it says it's more that way.
It's like way down there, it said.
If it's a...
Oh, this is where they're doing the archery stuff for the kidsies and the tours. Oh, yep, they got the dead deer down there.
Yeah.
Those are not real. Everybody on YouTube understand those are mannequins. Those are not genuine animals.
Down our throats, that's mannequins.
They are fake. Fake animals down there.
You can see the legs.
Yeah.
The body.
You can see the little body right there. Let's zoom it.
But then you see me with the arrow.
It is a mannequin, everybody. It's not a real deer. Please, no one freak out. They're not real.
Hey, are you real?
Bah!
Not real.
I'll start goading or whatever they call it. All right, here's a canoe that was made into, I guess, wash area? Or is this an actual just canoe? This is probably a canoe.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking it's a wash area with maybe, who knows?
Might be a
canoe. Because they have seats, and maybe it's just filled with water because every day it rains.
In the state of Georgia.
For the last 30 plus days.
So this is known as the defense ditch. Is what that ditch is down there, is the defense ditch. So that down there and that down there is a defense ditch. And that is where those little deer, fake deer, stand mannequin things are. So they built their defense ditch. You ready, Bubba?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's really pretty though, dude. It's actually really ingenious
It
because
tells you what type of tree it is.
you think, look, you're like, enemy comes from over there, right? And then runs across, and you have to run down a hill to run back up a hill to attack. So if you were up here on the upper hill, you could just be done with it. Very smart.
Yeah.
Very, very smart. There's the one first mound. That's the big one. I think that's where the
son, you're going to be exhausted by the time you get to me, son. I'm up here on the mound, and I'm sipping on my lemonade.
Yeah, I don't think the Chiefs were like that. You're definitely bringing that way new school into something that has never even been done before there, Bubba.
I'm sitting here sipping on my spiritual juice.
Yeah, I bet you are. Let's go see the prettiness of the mounds. So all this is actually a burial ground, so that our viewers know. We were informed by staff here that they did the ground penetrating sonar, and across the land up here are, I forgot the number he said, but literally on this land there are a
Quite a
lot.
few.
There's a lot of dead people
Few.
under the ground, guys. That is what he said. There's a lot of dead people here under the ground that are buried.
Beautiful. Coming out here.
I know it's a little boring for y'all, so I'm just gonna cut it here, and once we get to the mountain and get up it, we'll get back to you guys.
What's up, folks? So we're over here at Mountain B in Structure 3. That's what it says. The archaeological excavations shown by Mount B's first two construction phases took place during Etowah's late Etowah period. From 1100 to 1200 AD, this construction resulted in a small platform mound about one half of its final size. After a short period when the site was abandoned, construction continued on Mount B from 1250 to 1325 AD. Mound building increased the footprints of the mound to the north. Structures were built on its summit. And it says archaeologists discovered the remains of the structure along Mount B's western periphery and named in Structure 3. The structure appears to be in a series of rebuilt circular buildings approximately 42 feet in diameter. The circular rings, posts, and changes in soil texture and color led archaeologists to believe that the building's center portion was devoid of posts, served as a hearth, and had no roof. A 6-inch wide trench extended from the central hearth, westward of the structure's entrance. This trench most likely drained off liquids used to extinguish the hearth fire. Other evidence suggests an open-walled shield-like structure and a palisade surrounded Structure 3 and the surrounding area. Structure 3 probably served as a special function site associated with a restricted and probably elite segment of Etowah's society. It appears that this structure was burned and rebuilt with each new construction effort at Mound B. During the height of Etowah's occupation, about AD 1325 to 1375, a terrace was built over Structure 3 and new rectangular building, Structure 4, was constructed on this terrace. Archaeologists believe Structure 4 served Etowah's people in the same manner as Structure 3. Interesting.
Hey, some history there for y'all. Lots of stairs. Lots of cool stairs as he's running up behind me.
Don't leave me the hut.
Okay, so we're only allowed to walk on the cut part of the grass?
Is that what they said?
I don't know.
Maybe they just
But it is an Indian mound, so this is a burial ground we are standing on right now.
Maybe the guy just didn't finish his job.
I don't know.
He's on lunch break right now.
But this is actually a really cool view from up here, guys. It's really pretty.
Wow. Imagine how it looks like up there.
Yeah, we're about to go up there last. Because that was a chiefy chief. So, the plaza is all of this right here in front of me here. And they had more houses and huts along the outskirts over here. But the main thing is Chiefy. Chiefy over there. We'll get to that here in a second, guys. I wanted to try and see if I can do a 360. Any spirits that are here today, during this time, I'd like to say, I mean no disrespect walking on the mound. I mean no disrespect at all. I'm here to share your story. So, please don't haunt me. I mean nothing but respect and love coming here today to just film and document your tribe's history, your people's history. It's all we're here for today. Let's do a Spirit Talker app. Hold up. Let me pull that out. My phone gonna break on me.
It's beautiful out here. Yeah, got you. It's beautiful out here.
It really is. A lot of notifications. I was never popular before. and I go to YouTube, and all of a sudden now people are just blowing me up now. What am I doing, Spirit Talker? The thingy right there, and that one right there.
Oh,
Got a little load
welcome
up.
to the life, buddy.
Welcome to the life of a go-getter, go-getter. And are there any spirits here that would like to communicate with us today? Like to share a message to your people, to the tribe, to us? And if y'all would like to communicate, you are more than welcome to walk with us around the property here and speak with us. And at any time you feel free to share your story. That's why we're here, is to hear it, to listen, to learn about the life that y'all had out here. Got a thing stuck in my shoe. I got a thing stuck in my shoe.
That's why you don't wear the Crocs, bud.
You mean the broke man shoes?
Explain the lights.
Lights.
The lights, are you talking about the flashing light on the back of this device and the flashing lights that are on these two smaller devices?
If so, that means we got a video camera and we are recording.
We are documenting what we see here today and what we learned from you. That is what our lights are. Let's keep walking, brother.
Got you.
Still got a little bit of more territory here to cover. Got this mound over here. Got a couple of...
What did I say? Sit and talk?
I would rather sit on the Chief's mound up there to speak with you instead of this specific mound first.
If that is okay.
If you guys don't mind, please follow us around and speak with us as we follow. What your stories were here, you know? Love to hear about your history. And I'd love to... Actually, you know what? Let's sit up here for a minute and talk.
All right.
Why not? It doesn't hurt to hang out with the spirits today.
No.
Doesn't hurt. How long have you been here? Are you happy that people in today's society have the ability to come to your town that you used to live in? Does that upset you that people are here constantly learning about your history? Should I say learning about your people's history?
Yeah.
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Your name is Gabriel Wool. Welcome, Gabriel. How are you doing? Are you practicing the not looking where I film? Is that what we're practicing, Trippy?
Yeah.
Well, let's see how good he practiced, guys.
What's my crime?
Because I can already see this. It's my nose probably in the bottom of the camera. Other way. Well, would you look at that? It's a black dot.
I was mostly filmed right here. It was mostly pointed at you, bud. But hey. Now it's got
I'm not
both
the
of
center
us.
of this show. The spirits are the center of the show. Okay, I'm not the center of attention.
You got a
here.
point, bud. Okay.
I'm not the center of attention here.
Next
Okay.
chapter, please.
Moving right along.
What's my crime?
Are your native peoples at peace now that you are no longer with us in the bodied soul? Are you at peace?
It's okay if you're too nervous to talk right now. I know you're trying to get a feel for us. But, you know, like I said, we're here to admire your land. We're here to respect and know y'all.
Satanic.
On that note, all right.
10-4.
I will move right along.
Yep.
That's what we'll be doing, is moving right along.
Just because it's shaky, I'll turn the camera back on when we get to land.
I don't want to sound demanding. I'm sorry.
I knocked.
Why?
I didn't hear you knock on the wood. You want to knock again?
Ooh. That's a thing called the cellular device that I never.
I was like, what in God's green earth?
I'm knocking. Dial tone, dial tone.
Are you knocking within the mound? It is really cool that they cut,
Like
so you can walk around the mound if you wanted to.
Noise.
Noise?
You making some noise? Or are we making too much noise?
I hear bugs. I heard that. We will deal with you in a minute.
Is there a drum up there?
A drone?
A drum. Pop, 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 drum.
There might
Drum.
be. There might be. We haven't been up there, so I don't know.
That's what it sounds like, a doof, 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 doof. Like an old school,
Yeah, like a
the Indian drum, like dum, dum,
A
dum,
tom.
dum, dum. Yeah, whatever they call the thing.
tom-tom.
No, tom-toms are small.
I know.
I'm talking about the big boy. It's the big drum that they go dun 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 dun.
It's okay.
River is right there. That's where we're gonna go next.
Too, so
I say river.
Wibber.
Stop in the name of love before the Indians come take my heart. I was kidding, guys.
Major.
That was a major disrespectful thing to do. I'm sorry. I humbly apologize, everybody's.
I said, young man.
Here.
I lived right here.
Right here.
What was your name? I lived right
My
here.
shadow.
I see my shadows.
There's our shadows right here.
Unless your shadow is that one right there, I do see you then. If that is you standing over there, I gladly invite you to come with us. I gladly invited you to come with us. With us.
Mount C.
Yep, this is Mount C. This is the ceremonial mortuary. So in 61, archaeologists recorded at least 7 buildings dating back from AD 1000 to AD 1100 beneath Mount C. Structure 3, shown here, consisted of a prepared clay floor covered with red orca. Orca. This photograph shows the outline of the buildings represented by post holes. Right there.
Yeah.
So that's the outline of the buildings of the
Interesting.
post holes. It was
What was that?
taken before excavations were completed. It's believed that the large building under Mount C served a public function. So
Please move forward.
we're working on that. Please follow us and come speak with us. So this is where I'm confused. Wisdom. I'm confused about one thing, brother.
What's up?
So, it said Jacob. So look, check it out, right?
Yeah.
So they say this mound or should I say, all of the mounds. All of the mounds you could enter. So, I feel like this would have been the entrance right here to this mound. You know?
Yeah.
Where are you pointing this to, bruh?
I just pointed it somewhere, bud. I don't know. Why don't you quit being so judgmental and, just do your freaking job?
What's my job?
What's my crime?
Not pointing it right.
Well,
So update, we have the EMF right here. Got Spirit Talker going on. Can't see it because my phone is private.
Cain.
Cain, C-A-I-N, as in Cain, a name. Unless, I am not sure if Cain can be spelled with C-A-I-N.
that means like a last name or like a name.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think it
Unless
means like a sugar cane, you know?
Cane is C-A-N-E, sugar cane or a walking cane.
Yeah,
Or,
exactly.
but C-A-I-N is like a last
name.
name.
See, I'm not getting any spikies. You know, spikies walking on the mound. And yes, everybody, I'm walking backwards because I'm just smart
You've
like
been
that.
before.
I have not
You've been
here
before. I do believe I've been before. I believe I've been reincarnated 3 times.
Well, you think you've done everything, but
Well, I have definitely not done everything, but I've done a heck of a lot.
incarnated my cookies.
I've done a heck of a lot.
You've done a heck of a lot.
This guy trying to make fun of me. That's so cute. He's so cute sometimes. Just don't know what to do with this guy anymore.
You're trying to do a Die Hard right now, and it's not.
Just don't know what to do with him anymore. Die hard, die hard, die hard! You can't just yell die hard into the walkie-talkie!
She just became the ultimate
Name
McLean.
that episode or show.
In the comment section, please. Slap some pancakes in there too.
Don't put pancakes, Elf. He's obsessed with these wannabe pancakes. Wannabe pancakes.
I like pancakes with butter and syrup.
I could say a lot of things I like, but I don't get to have.
Sucks to suck, buddy. I can hear you.
Oh, point is so you can hear me. So facts.
Yeah, secrets. This man thinks he can keep secrets, but he can't.
It's a secret. Hey,
I hear you, buddy.
Up,
I hear you loud and clear.
up.
That is disrespect.
Yes.
Affair.
Affair. That's deep. So like the Atlanta Braves, the Washington Redskins.
What are we talking? What are you talking about right now? Come on, dude. We are. You're trying to talk about sports with spirits, dude. We're not talking sports with spirits.
They're saying to protect it.
Protect their culture and their heritage and their stuff, not
because we have a lot of these woe is me Gen Xers that are like, it's disrespect.
Alright, so we're here by the river finally, guys. And the Native Americans had a river trap, fish trap here. A fish trap dam, whatever you want to call it. Because I'm not very accurate in my wordsies. But that set of rocks right there below that tree is part of the original fish trap. And then there should be some more down upriver. Hey, there's a log. Random big log floating. Random big log going bye-bye. Random big log going bye-bye.
Oh, I see it. That should be your Indian name.
Random Log? Random Log is my Indian name, apparently,
I was
everybody.
going to say Chief Big Log, but yeah.
I mean, Chief, Random Log works with me, too.
Yeah. Flowing Log. Flow Log.
And I don't mean any disrespect
No,
with
not at
the
all.
names. I just want everybody to be well aware. I don't mean any disrespect with that.
Ooh, a bunny.
Bunny rabbit.
And no disrespect, but my name would be Chief Thump Thump.
So, Chief what?
Chief Thump Thump.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't even want to try and figure out what Chief Thump Thump means.
It's all good that they know. They would know.
Right? Well, guys, it seems like this isn't as big of a place as I had anticipated. But it is pretty darn big. We've only covered 2 Indian Mounds. We've covered part of the river here. We still got Chief Mound to go to, which is the tallest one, and I'm dreading that because it's got the lot of stairs. The most stairs. The most stairs. And it's a little hot.
I wonder what's around the bend.
Me not complaining anymore?
Yeah, totally.
Just kidding. Anyways, guys, so we've got this far. We're Trippy and I are going to keep walking and kind of adventuring for a minute. Then we're going to get up on that big old Chief Mound, and we're going to finish it up there with our outro. And then, yeah, we're going to head back to the house. And I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video so far. I know I have. Especially with this guy. This guy. This guy. This guy.
This guy.
This guy.
This guy.
What's my crime? You are becoming a different person. Anyways, guys, like and subscribe. Comment any thoughts, any ideas, anything you want to say. Call me an idiot. Don't care. Still love you guys all the same. And as always, like, subscribe, and follow. File 5. Good. Alright, guys. We've seen the river. We've seen the other 2 big mountains. Now, we are heading to the Chief Mound. The biggest one. The largest one.
Where my house would be if this was my area.
Where Trippy says he would live, but I highly doubt that he would fit in there or live there. That was something that just stung me. I need you to roll the camera, please. Yep.
Ain't it funny how he makes a comment like that and then gets stung? That's why. That's why.
Dude, that's really bad. Whatever just stung me, I could be allergic to it. Yep.
You step on something?
No. No, it was a wasp. It just flew out of my shoe. I'm highly allergic.
Did you see it was a wasp?
Yeah. Let's get this last one in and let's get home.
Well, if we need to go, we need to go, brother.
Well, if I can't walk anymore, then we'll worry about it.
We'll pull you out of the trenches, brother.
Yeah.
You're my brother in arms. Oh, yeah. Let me know.
Okay. Let's get up this.
I need to go. Just let me know, dude.
Oh, we ain't running yet. I didn't come all this way to not get up on the Chief's Mound.
From the
There's
story
no
you told
wasp.
earlier, you were already on the Chiefs Mound.
In your dreams there, buddy. In your dreams, I was definitely part of the mound.
Always been a part of the mound.
This is definitely a tall one.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
That's why you better have something important to say if you were coming up here to talk to the chief.
Yeah.
What are you up
Because
here?
by the time you get up here, you're like, what was I going to ask you?
That's not what I was even going to ask.
Why did I come all the way up the mound again?
Where
Fuck!
You good though? Fuck. Wasps. Let's just leave, bro. Because I don't like them either. Turn the camera.
What's up, guys? We're back. So, those are some crazy stairs over there.
Man, I wish this...
Absolutely crazy. I wish those were cut too so you can get a better view. But I'm going to stand right here on the edge. Give you all an idea. So these are the... I can't breathe and talk. So these are the flowers and plants growing on the top of the mound.
We're on
Then
King's Mound. King Chieftains.
The chief. Here is this view. Absolutely such an amazing view.
It feels amazing.
Like, this whole mound is huge. They said that this mound, the bottom of it is 3 acres. 3 acres worth of land underneath the mound itself. Yeah. In that video we saw in the room, that this mound has 3 acres of land that it sits on top of.
Oh! I could see
the Chief's
that.
Mound, yeah, the Chief's Mound was 3 acres of land that they put it on.
Yeah, that's why I like my mom's backyard at the house. The front yard's decently sized. That backyard is
huge.
Bro, it's like...
So you got like
it's like 2.5
the power plant.
Or 1.5.
Got the power plant way over there in the corner.
The cloud maker.
As Trippy used to say as a child, that is a cloud maker.
It made clouds.
The lookout is over there.
Dude, that's
where the lookout is.
I want to go to Lookout.
Lookout's over there. Alright guys, once again, Chuckles, Trippy, we love you guys. Like and subscribe. We're gonna like all the way back to the van and go get rehydrated because right now
it's been a day.
Papa's thirsty. So love y'all. Like and subscribe. Get more people to follow us and we can be able to go to more places. Like for example, there's a graveyard cemetery right over there. That if we had 2,000 likes on this video and maybe another 50 subscribers, I'd go spend the night alone in that cemetery. But you know.
And rumor has it, dude, that abandoned airplane is somewhere.
Yeah, that abandoned airplane here in Cartersville, Georgia is literally within a half a mile from both of us where we're standing right now.
That's if it's still there. I don't know. We've read it's still there. We read they moved it.
There's been claims that it's been moved, and there's been claims that it's still there. So, anyways, we'll update y'all on those items later. But for now, love you guys. Like and subscribe. Get more followers, get more subscribers, so we can go more places and give y'all a lot more better entertainment. Because right now we're just doing this on bare minimum of stuff. So we've got a GoFundMe link we'll have in, and anything will help, guys. Even $5, you have no idea. Those $5 will go towards better equipment and more traveling. So love y'all. Bye bye.
Bye bye.